our nation, I love you back. At this defining moment in our history, at a time when our nation is at war, our planet is in peril, and the dream that so many generations fought for feels like it's slowly slipping away. You, the people of New Hampshire, have the opportunity to help build the kind of coalition that we haven't seen in a generation. You can come together, Democrats, independents, and even some Republicans, to stand up and say, we are one nation, we are one people, and our time for change has come. And I will be a president who finally ends this war in Iraq and brings our troops home. I will finish the fight against al-Qaeda in Afghanistan. We will lead militarily, but we won't just lead militarily. I want to go before the world and say, America is back. We are going to lead to meet the challenges of the 21st century, terrorism and nuclear weapons, but also poverty and climate change, genocide and disease. A president who will close Guantanamo and restore habeas corpus and end the genocide in Darfur, because we are not a nation that turns a blind eye to slaughter. And in 4 days' time, you have the opportunity to help elect a president who has taught the Constitution and believes in the Constitution, who reveres the Constitution and will obey the Constitution of the United States of America, if you believe. Now, let me say one more thing. Let me say another thing about change, though. Change will not just come from more anger by turning up the heat on Republicans. There is no shortage of anger in Washington or in the country. There's no shortage of bitter partisanship or hot rhetoric. You know, one of the things that I am pretty clear about is we don't need more heat. We need more light. And I'm also clear that if you know who you are, if you know what you believe in, if you know who you are fighting for, then you can afford to listen to folks who don't agree with you. You can afford to reach across the aisle once in a while. It won't hurt you. You won't be compromised, and you will be able to form the majorities that actually defeat the special interests and defeat the lobbyists and win elections. And that's what I intend to do, and that's what we can start doing in New Hampshire. I am absolutely convinced that if you believe, we cannot be stopped. There is a moment in the life of every generation, if it is to make its mark on history, where that spirit, that faith has to break through. This is our moment. This is our time. And if you will stand with me, if you will vote for me, if you will go out there and get organized and get mobilized and march and get on the phones and get on the email and bring your friends to the polls, if you believe that our children deserve the same chance as somebody gave us, if you believe that we have to keep the dream alive for those who still hunger for justice and still thirst for opportunity, if you are not willing to settle for what the cynics tell you you have to accept, but you are willing to reach what you know in your gut is possible, then I promise you this: we will not just win the New Hampshire primary. We will not just win the Democratic nomination. We will not just win the general election. But you and I, standing together, will heal this nation and repair the world and finally have an America that we can believe again. In 4 days' time, thank you, New Hampshire. I love you. Thank you.